So give me a second. This is actually really loud in my ears. I need to turn this down. Volume mixer. Oh, it's as quiet as it goes. Okay, never mind. Give me a second. Pop in my soda. Now would be when the SSAN thing is. But, we already did that. So I'm gonna go drop the SSAN ticket. Okay. And HTML1 for now. I'll go through at some point and check out what all of those are. But, so I gotta get a Krabby at some point. Krabby's lower on my list because, excuse me, because I'm already gonna have Blastoise, right? But we're gonna do Erica first. Now, if I remember right, Ash for some reason had Flamethrower on his Charmander before Erica. Which means his Charmander would have been level 38 for Erica. Now, reasonably, I can't do that right now. But what I can do is I can set it to whatever he'd shown. So he doesn't show he doesn't really show much besides Flamethrower. So it's really up in the air how he got Flamethrower. So what I'm gonna need to do is I'll need to set my Charmeleon to what he has, which is the level 38 learn set of a Charmander. So I'm gonna do that actually really quick. And then we'll do Erica's gym. And then we'll do Bye Bye Butterfree. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've set 2 Pokemon to the movesets that we know Ash had in the anime. So my Ivysaur, we know it had Leech Seed and Poison Powder and Razor Leaf and Vine Whip. That's what we know Ash's Bulbasaur has. Now the anime lets people use more moves than just this 4. So there's that. And then, aside from Cut, this is Ash's Charmander's moveset. Or, yeah. He might have had Fire Spin. But I do not remember, and I'm not willing to get him a level 40 moveset for Erica. Now, we're going to follow what Ash did for Erica's gym. which is just kind of walk in and spam flamethrower. This was a good choice by Ash's part. It just didn't end up well because the writers don't like Ash for whatever reason. But like, Ash's team, the first 3 Pokemon that he brings into the gym are very good for bug type or grass type. I'm gonna speed up for these guys. Oh, I accidentally slashed. Because Ash didn't fight these guys. One of the issues of these runs is that I don't get to go back and fight all of the trainers. Yeah, so Ash just kind of flamethrowered. We're just kind of flamethrower. He burns down the gym. He gets Mega Drain. I'm going to say that he was given all the TMs. Because that just makes the most sense continuity-wise. Now, in the anime, he can use Vine Whip for more. However, I'm going to teach Mega Drain over Vine Whip. This gives Ivysaur more livability, to say the least. Now, before we do... Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, I got a little lag spike on my computer. I was like, uh-oh. Before we do anything past that... excuse me. I'm going to climb up here because there's no reason Ash would not have been able to get certain TMs. While I'm making some choices the same as... Oh, that sounds awful. While I'm doing some choices the same as Ash's, I won't be doing every choice the same as Ash's, if that makes sense. For example, those 3 TMs are very good. Try Attack, I don't know if I have any, if Ash can get it, use it. Yeah, no, Ash doesn't have any Pokemon that can use Try Attack. Misty does, actually. And when I do, so I've got a recording in the works. We're working on it still with my friend May. When she's available, of course, because she's a very busy person. Where we will be basically like perfecting the gym leaders. And then when we do that, nothing can currently learn Rock Slide. That's okay. That's okay. It's a really good move, though. I hope I can. Primeape learns Rock Slide. We about to... Because we have to buy Butterfree. Well, we don't have to. But even if I was in Ash's position, I would have still let Butterfree go. I would have just requested that it came back. Bye-bye, Butterfree. And hello, Ash's Primate. Can any other Pokemon Ash has used get... So Snorlax can, and I will be catching Snorlax. However, I will not be using Snorlax. Give it a focus energy for Rock Slide. See, this is what I mean when I say, like... When I say that it's like... We'll be getting the Pokemon Ash got, and I'll be doing mostly how Ash does. Oh, give me a second. My wife is messaging me. She's on the way home. This is amazing. We'll be doing mostly what Ash does, but not exactly the same. Let's pull 11 out. So I will be changing around things to make things work better move-wise. So, like, actually, I could put Dig on a lot of Pokemon. The issue is I've updated moves. So Dig would be a 100 base power move if I hadn't updated moves. Dig could have been a good move on Charmander or Squirtle. We'll see. We'll see later what I do with Dig. TMO8 is Body Slam. That is a good move. TM24. Thunderbolt. Do I have anything that learns Thunderbolt? Huh? Primate, huh? So apparently Primate gets Thunderbolt. But I think I'm going to save it for Lapras and then send Lapras over the Johto. For context, I will be... For context, I will be sending over Pokemon that don't get quote-unquote released. So, like, Pidgeot will not be going over, right? Butterfree will not be going over. But Charmander, Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise will, as will Pikachu, of course. It's going to be really weird at the start of Pokemon Crystal because I'll have a like lineup of just fucking like high level Pokemon in the PC because I only intend on de-leveling Pikachu. I will also be giving myself each of the starters. I forgot to do something. We're going back. So currently next on our list is Koga. Ash fights Koga before he fights Sabrina, which is, you know what, fair. Especially since Koga is weaker. I will be using Primate for that fight. However, I can't get there yet. I have to battle Snorlax, which is fine. I have to get the bike, because he does the cycling path to get there. Oh, I gotta run to the bike. Yeah, Ash uses the cycling path to get to Koga, which is the best option I can think of anyways. Like, that's what I'd like to do. Wait, does Pikachu just immediately... Oh, Pikachu just does it the first time. Okay. So, nice thing about never having to go to Lavender Tunnel, or to Rock Tunnel, is because Ash didn't, which is why we skipped it. Actually, after we complete this league, like I said, I will be going through Johto. I'm not going to be doing the second half of the Johto games, no matter what. And then when we go to Hoenn, the Pokemon are going to be there. Like, I'm going to have everything in the PC. However, I will not be using them, if that makes any sense. Why did I do that? I'm going back to Celadon. Why did I do that? Well, basically what I mean is, all of Ash's Pokemon are going to be in the PC. So he'll have access to all of them at all times. However, like Ash has said, he's not going to use them unless he has to. So, like, we're not going to pull Charizard on Bugsy. I could honestly do that, but I'm not going to. I also probably won't just go and pull... I'm going to speed up for this because I'm talking, and I'm not going to pause the recording for this. But this isn't something that Ash did, so it's not important, if that makes any sense. I don't I don't remember what's in here. Probably nothing important. Me checking to make sure this is not where Earthquake is. Oh no, Earthquake's in Silph Cup. The reason I bring up Earthquake is it's a very important move. Honestly, I don't know what Pokemon I'm gonna put it on, because Charizard, Blastoise, Tauros, and Snorlax all get Earthquake. This is not where I wanted to be, I don't think. So the reason why this is an important detail is the reason this is an important detail is I also need to think about the future for this run. Who will I get the most use out of with a move? Now this stops mattering later on, but as the games go on, who's going to become my Earthquaker, right? I'm not going to probably want to pull out Charizard to fight I'm not going to want to pull out Charizard to fight, what's it called? To fight, like, what's her name? Steel-type gym leader from Johto. Her. I'm not going to want to pull Charizard out for her, right? But I might pull out a completely never used Snorlax. Like, that might be something that I do, right? So, how do I determine who I give moves to. I hate these puzzles. Now, I'm sorry about the cough, by the way. I don't know why I keep coughing. Now, Jasmine, that's her name. Shit. I misclicked. Oh no. Now, the reason this is important is because Ash doesn't use TMs. Or at least he doesn't seem to. He's very obviously shown to have access to them because he puts them on some of his Pokemon, right? But he doesn't seem to use them, which is an interesting choice in his part. Because, like, why would he not use them? Also, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to go to the Pokemon Center. But, But yeah, so Ash has been shown to have access to TMs. But the first time TMs are mentioned is in Generation 3. So it's like, do he have access to TMs? Do he not have access to TMs? He teaches Pikachu Thunderbolt after beating Surge, which could mean that he got the TM for Thunderbolt from Surge. That's a possibility. Like, who knows, right? So, it could have also just been that he naturally learned it, because, like, Pikachu in Yellow learns it early. My wife brought me a Jolly Rancher. She's the best. She's the best ever. I don't remember where it was, on what I was saying. But, yeah, usually I will cut out things that Ash doesn't do. So, for example, Ash never, like, actually stops Team Rocket the way Red does. So, that'll get cut out most of the time. But I will be basically sprinting through it, as fast as I can. Because, you know, Ash doesn't do it. Red does it, but Ash doesn't. I'm gonna probably end the recording itself pretty soon. And just basically pick up on, pick up from where I left off. Like in another point. Oop. So we'll go from there. I'm gonna save and end. See y'all next time.